how to enable or disable permissive domain in SELinux policy on Linux with Ansible. I'm going to show you in a live demo with some simple Ansible code. I'm Luca Berton and welcome to today's episode of Ansible Pilot. What is SELinux? Security Enhanced Linux. SELinux is a Linux kernel security module that provides a mechanism for supporting access control security policies, including mandatory access control (MAC). What is SELinux Permissive Domain? SELinux Permissive Domain allows an administrator to configure a single process domain to run permissive, rather than making the whole system permissive. Today we are talking about Ansible module SELinux_permissive. The full name is Ansible.policy. No, is community.general.SELinux_permissive, which means that is part of a collection community of Ansible. It's a module that supports a huge variety of Linux distribution and POSIX system. It requires the policy core utils -python package installed on the target system, and it changes permissive domain in SELinux policy. Parameters. Let's see the parameter of the SELinux_permissive Ansible module. The only mandatory parameter are domain and permissive. The parameter domain or name specify the name of the SELinux domain that we would like to add to the list of permissive domain. The parameter permissive allow you to enable or disable the SELinux permissive domain immediately on the running system. The parameter no-reload disable the policy reloaded after the change of a setting. Default is no that cause the reload of the policy, and this is what we want. Demo. Let's jump in a real-life Ansible playbook about how to enable or disable permissive domain in SELinux policy on Linux. Are you ready? Let's have fun! Welcome to my editor. I will show you one simple playbook to enable permissive domain for HTTPD. So first of all, let's begin our play with a name SELinux_permissive module demo. That is going to be executed against hosts all of my inventory. Then I'm going to set become true because all the action need to be executed by root, so I need a privilege escalation. Let me go to the task session. The first task is to name the cmanage present. That is going to verify that the cmanage utility is available in the system using Ansible built-in package. Is a wonderful way for using different package manager, and the package name is policy core utils -python -utils. Yes, wonderful name. And the state need to be present in my target system. Then once we have this utility, we can finally use the SELinux permissive module. So let me start with a name, like usual. In this case will be to change the httpd_t domain to permissive. Here we go. To do this operation, we are going to use the community.general.SELinux_permissive module. Two parameters. The first will be the name of the domain, so httpd_t, and permissive true. So here we go. In a few lines, we set the permissive domain of Apache HTTPD of our system to permissive, but we maintain in enforcing all the system, and this change is permanent. So let's jump to the console. Welcome to my console. First of all, let me connect to my demo machine via SSH. DevOps is the user and demo.example.com is my domain. So first of all, let me become root and take a look on CE status that certified that the current mode is enforcing using policy targeted. Let me execute cmanage permissive-l to list the permissive policy, and we notice that cmanage utility is not present on this system. This is a fresh machine, so it's not available, but our playbook will take care also of this. So Ansible-playbook, let me specify my inventory with -e and then the path of my playbook. And the execution is going to start. Let me remind you, two different tasks. The first will install the cmanage utility and all the dependency, and the second one is finally set the permissive policy. So the utility package installation is going to take a while. It depends by the connection speed and the performance of your virtual machine. And here we go. We have a change status, which means that the utility is finally installed, and now is going to apply the permissive domain and reload the policy in the SELinux. Everything automatically, we don't need to do anything rather than wait for completion. Yes, it's going to take a while, but we have a two change status, and the beauty of Ansible is idempotency. So if we run again the same playbook, we are going to have one OK status, which means that this module are going to verify the status of the package that need to be installed and the permissive domain. And here we go. We have a 3 OK status, but let me double check manually on the console. SSH DevOps at demo.example.com sudo su, and as before, CE status. The policy of the system is enforcing, and so the status is the SELinux mode is enforcing, and the policy is targeted. But this time cmanage permissive-l list http_t as a customized permissive type. So we set all the HTTP web server domain as permissive. This is very useful if you are going to test your web server also in development, and you would like to trigger the SELinux but not only log the audit and not taking action. So this is not a general advice for production system, but for development system is great. So you can keep all your system in enforcing mode, as you can see, and only set one domain to permissive. And what happens if we reboot the system? So let me show you. Let's reboot and let me connect again. The time depends by the performance of your virtual machine and the network, of course. So just a few seconds and the machine will be available for connecting. Here we are. Let me sudo su and verify again the policy. CE status is still in enforcing mode and policy targeted. CE manage permissive-l list our httpd_t domain. So cool, we did! Great work, Ansible! Now you know how to enable or disable permissive domain in SELinux policy, maintain all the system in enforcing policy with Ansible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, keep in touch with me and let's have fun on the next adventure of Ansible Pilot. See you soon! This video is part of our Ansible automation program. Sign up today on www.ansiblepilot.com for uninterrupted exclusive video and so much fun.